stopped by last night. There was smoke coming from the salon. I tried to go in and see if I could stop it, but I must have passed out.
Wait, so how did you get out?
This man. Him.
Hi.
What's this?
I'm Lewis. I own the...
Okay, so in terms of how Karen survived, we know Lewis was the one that was the person that saved her from the fire, because he was, I guess at the time, what did he say? I was handing out food to the homeless, and you know, sometimes they hang out in the back behind the actual building. Turns out the fire started from back there. As the examiner said, you know, the fire started from that part of the building behind it, and it got to the back door, and then it went up to the ceiling, and then that's how it got into the salon. Which I mean, look, I don't know. I thought the body was inside as opposed to, well, then again, I don't know. Maybe because it started at the back door, somebody tried to bust in to make sure it didn't spread or something. I don't know. But regardless, the question is, like, you know, some people were like, wow, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, how did Karen go to the hospital and, you know, she came to the salon, you know, looking like a, you know, just fresh dress, hair did up, her makeup and everything. Well, folks, here's how you need to look at it. Okay, so this is the middle of the night when she gets rescued by Lewis. So from there, she gets taken to the hospital. Now, I don't know how long she was in the hospital, but I'm going to assume she was there for maybe several hours or possibly until the next morning. Based off of things like, for example, Fatima and Zach went to Heather's during her lunch break. You know, they went like a few hours prior to, what was it, like 3:30. So this was around afternoon time. And then by the time they get to the salon, I'd say it's around, you know, maybe 3 o'clock or something. I'm only guessing. Keep in mind that, you know, Andy and the girls, they went straight back to the penthouse. So by the time, you know, the revelation of Karen being alive, that could have been, you know, close to the end of everybody's shifts. Because it's funny how Danny got the call to come down there and she just happened to just go, because remember, she was at work. So I don't really know what the situation was there, unless she called in and said, look, I'm not coming back. Just had a crisis. But I'm thinking what happened was, you know, after her coming from the hospital, she went home, got herself cleaned up, obviously showering also, she wouldn't smell like smoke. And after getting herself together, she's like, okay, I came from the hospital. Turns out me and the baby are fine. Now I need to go down there to see if I can assess the damages. So by the time she gets there, she sees everybody there and they're like, Karen? And that's why. Now, granted, I will say, I do agree with a lot of people who have said, you know what? For someone who just went through something like that, you would think she would call at least one person. I agree. And when it comes to Lewis, it just seems clear, you know, like once he, and remember, this is off-screen land territory, so I can't be certain about this, but it seems, you know, he rescued her for the fire, took her to the hospital, and I will be, you know, willing to assume that he stayed in like the waiting room until he got the word that Karen was okay. And then from there, you know, he left to go home. Because remember, he said he works in the store next door. And if you notice how Karen entered the scene from one side of the hospital, I mean, not the hospital, from one side of the parking lot, and then Lewis came in from the other, it's safe to assume that, you know, maybe he was coming in from his store. And he explained the situation, and there you go. So yeah, and also when it comes to the baby daddy thing, remember that she told the girls at the bar the night before that she was going to the hospital tomorrow to get, you know, a check on who the daddy was. So that isn't completely out of the realm of impossibility too. So yeah, I mean, Karen could have at least given somebody a phone call. You know, I mean, think of it this way: with the fire spread and a body found, like if let's say Pam didn't run her mouth and go around saying that somebody was dead, it would have been possible that the girls didn't learn about the fire until they saw it on like the 6 o'clock news or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's all I have to really say. about where Karen's whereabouts were. It's just simply she was taken to the hospital the night before. She got out probably that morning, went home to change and whatnot, and returned to the scene to assess the damages. And that's about it. So, with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.